night. We're off. It was a film festival here. Now it's another night. My name is Joe Battista. I'm a director. I've done a lot of work here. I used to run the 13th Street Rep. I'll tell you right now, working with Crystal Fields has been so great. She is a doll. She's opened her arms up to me. I've been here on and off for 5 years. So I'm very grateful to her. I'm very grateful to Emily Pizzella, who's up there. And what we're going to do is start the show. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm not sure if Matthew said anything, who's our incredible stage manager here. Matthew! Over here behind him is an exit in case there's an emergency or you get really hungry. Up those steps, make a left, go outside, and you got the street. Same thing here. Come back here, make a left, go all the way in the back, and you go right up the steps. So I won't tell you what, no stories, no biographies. I'm going to start right now. This young man, this little boy, that you see here, I know so well. And I'm actually going to say some good stuff this time. Very nice stuff. I work with Peter. He's a tremendous composer, just tremendous musician. I did a show with him this year, did the entire music for the show called Twisted. He's a genius. So, what we're going to do tonight is this. It's Peter Dizozza, and it's Mushroom Head Introduction, and other selections. With the guest is Susan Hwang. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Susan Hwang. Oh, excuse me. Louisa Bradshaw. Oh my God! No way, no way. Right here. Incredible Louisa and Don Arrington. So I don't have to set up anything. Peter's very cool. He's going to take off. Have a good time, relax, and just thanks for being here. We really appreciate it.
I got to play Joe's song from our show, Twisted, but we'll get to that later. We're going to start, I think we'll go into the Mushroom Head world with that introduction inspired by a prior show. But Mushroom Head itself is about welcoming that 50% in our body that is not ours. Has anybody heard that? And how am I doing with the mic? Do I even need it? Anything up there?
No mic.
How am I doing? Am I audible? And do I touch something? I touch sleep, but that's later. For now, we're going to, a little bit of that. Why not? Because and with no reverb, because I don't have any timbre or anything. I'm just going to try to get the words out. Maybe this could be an introduction with a little, the titles rolling on stage. The color of sound words heard. The sound of the color words. The black so flat conceals a hole. Boom, squeak, roar, squawk, yell, peep, murmur, howl, gray, gold, red, brunette, blue, green, brown, pink, the color of sound words heard. The sound of the color words. The white becomes a halo ring. Don't look in the black hole, pulls you in. Look follows balloons, blasts, break brick walls. The sound of the color words. The colors of sounds arise. So our theatrical part, with the help of Susan Hwang, as the other half of the couple that came to a lake. Actually, they were acting like they owned the lake because they own a little bit of the Suez Canal, and the Suez Canal bought the lake as part of their utility portfolio, and they just keep getting money from their the dividend. They are thinking, though, they want to do more with their lives. They're going to make a project of building a tunnel, and that was our last chapter. But now their tunnel didn't work out. In fact, they are being led to the tunnel by these creatures they met, another couple, alternating couple, but very elderly, 100 years old. They are able to live in the water because they were born into it. The lake is man-made in order to dam and create the electricity that is the utility. They have become friends, but not really. They're very antagonistic with one another. The two couples, one is there and dealing with a lot of interaction with sparrows and carp and things that have been added to the lake that are they're disturbing them. Yeah, so I can run off with the mouth, but certainly the amphibians want to maintain their integrity and separateness from the nature around them. Their names are Bibi and Didi, and the two engineers from Alexandria are Jar and Ito. Jar and Ito managed to discover, although they were non-binary, they were able to have a child, and that child they actually left with this amphibious couple. And then the amphibious couple wants to get rid of them anyway, so they take they're led to the tunnel that has been already built in the lake between these two islands, and then they find themselves abandoned there with their synthetic gills. We happen to know that we're working on these things, but it's very hard to maintain the synthetic gills. You can imagine once they get caught in there. So that's a much ahead of the opening scene.
I think you need to add some complexity to that.
I didn't mean to be too complex.
No.
But it's a world unto itself. Hopefully it can change. Yeah, a little.
Mushroom.
How are we doing with the
Opening.
Susan Mike?
See.
No.
No, you're
Sort of.
No,
Maybe more.
no, Mike stays right.
There we go.
Mushroom.
Mushroom. Head. Opening scene. A giant carp, the king carp, blocks Jar and Ito's exit in a tunnel at the bottom of the lake between islands called Bootleggers and Skeleton. They can't see, they can't hear, they can't speak. There's a sound of bubbles as they labor with failing synthetic gills. They find temporary refuge in an air pocket within a mushy room accessible through the tunnel. We're in an air pocket.
I doubt we have oxygen to last a minute, but do you feel we have been here?
Yes, as if here is where we are meant to be.
Feel the walls.
Mushy.
All these miles and years away, and we return as roommates to the hidden room of our Alexandria apartment.
Complete with matching skeletons.
Those must be bootleggers surrounded by jugs of chests, a chest of coins wedged between them.
How do we turn this decay into wealth?
Money, but we're almost out of oxygen. Perhaps here is where we are meant to die.
As the air they rebreathe grows stale, an infusion of Hericium erinaceus, lion's mane, sprouting from the mushy room intoxicates their brains. What made our synthetic gills fail?
Our warm bodies demanded too much.
We only need 1.5 liters of oxygen per minute. Is that so much to ask?
Yes, especially in a lake that became an underwater desert.
The carp blocking our exit is dying.
It ate all the seaweed, so this water has no oxygen.
It's floating to the surface. Hold on to it. Comment. As the lion's mane infuses their brains, their temperatures plummet. Although they are alive, they require less oxygen. The belly of the aged king carp blocking their exit becomes bloated. As the carp floats, lifeless, to the surface, Jar and Ito grab on. They reach the shore beneath the cloudy and ultraviolet light of day. Their skin follicles display a radiant blue cheese penicillium mold transformation. They will be luminescent in the dark. Scene 1. Jar and Ito, soaked to the bone, crawl out of the lake onto the shore of an island, Skeleton Island, with a view of Bootleggers Island, where they see the amphibians, Bibi and Didi, holding Milton, their child. A light rain is falling. Look over at the island,
I see the big head of our little baby boy.
bobbling between the heads of Bibi and Didi.
Everyone seems so cheerful.
They look this way, but Of us, they are obviously oblivious.
They would just as soon forget us.
They left us in their tunnel to die.
I am colder than I have ever been.
In my lungs, I feel pneumonia.
How can we face our bosses at GDF Suez when we look like this?
Better reserve the boss that keeps us alive.
Who is that?
The mold. It's all over us.
I hate being micromanaged.
Think of the alternative.
May the mold accept our offering.
It must want something.
What do we give?
Our hearts, our minds, our engineering degrees.
Right. Do not hint rejection.
I welcome the mold.
Enter our lungs and brains if you must.
Can mold provide oxygen?
Think of how yeast causes baking dough to rise.
How?
It fills it with carbon dioxide.
We need oxygen.
So, in mock imitation of photosynthesis, the yeast fills us with oxygen.
Thank you?
Can you remember the last time we ate?
No? Why?
My stomach is bubbling.
Mine too. As if I ate a block of magnesium.
And do you smell that? The gas I'm releasing is truly noxious.
Truly flammable.
I have to poop.
I too. Let's do it.
The mold gave us fiber.
And sulfur. As we externalize our inner mass most odorous, a great weight lifts from our shoulders. But what's this? Out of the moist network of mycelium within their poop sprouts a line of mushroom heads, pure white, gathering together on the meadow mound, distracting Jarnito, drawing them closer, and to them the mushroom heads seem to say, "From your stools, you toads, we rise! We are your toadstools! Sit on us!"
Did you say something?
Did you say something?
No, I didn't. No. Look!
What a pretty mushroom!
What is it?
Hey! Don't look at me like that!
What is it thinking?
Even my limited imagination gets its message. Sit!
Is anyone looking?
Maybe. Are Bibi and Dee Dee still staring from the other island?
I don't see them. Oh, mushrooms, give us the strength to swim to them.
I feel ready to do something.
I too. And for what we are about to do,
Let us duck under the shelter of a mushroom umbrella.
here in the moisture, in the dark, to see we need the sun. We are your sun!
The mushroom's shapeshift activates its beholders, directing their movements as if ravishing their minds.
Is there anything else we can do for you while we are here? It's more about what you make us do to you.
You let us sit on you,
And we sat.
and now you are destroyed.
And now you, as our spreaders, will forget.
It's the morning of our first arrival here.
We landed our plane on the lake and let it sink.
Let's get it and fly home.
If only we could. Do you have any idea how long ago that was?
I forgot.
I forgot what I was trying to forget.
Ito and Jar's sexual satisfaction from their destruction of the mushrooms transforms their beings into peaceful, loving warrior creatures.
Plane where we left it. Look down there, it's down there. Does the path repeat beneath our feet? connected and rooted from global networks. White returns gray from the well-trod tourist path. We face our destination down there. We are looming over the cliff where the eagles hover. God used to, but no longer gives me overhead. Please God, hijacking production is a full-time blowjob. Deliver goods to places that are nameless. Whatever does the gods to this, we grant them during wartime. Square your shoulders, squeeze your butt, withhold them, let me hold them, deliver taste bodies that are lifeless. When the rolling moon becomes the sunset, I can see our plane, we're almost there. We are there after the pathway from our summit. We plummet. What we see transforms in the darkness of twilight to midnight. Through the nesting heads, dive the ground, form a path. Lift us where we're down, lead the way to below. The colors of the nighttime, glowing, hidden from the sun. We are free to see the light that rises from the moisture in the marshes and salts where they are growing throughout One of the nice things about the lake is that you can relax there. You know, it's like getting away from it all. So we go up to the mountains where we meet some of the people living there. And they have a very different lifestyle. Once they get out there to the country, because during the time of the city life, they are in sort of conflict with each other. They're in great competition. And when the weekend comes, in fact, especially Memorial Day, where you really just let it go for 3 days even, they get to release all that stress. And same thing with these two couples that are really at war with each other, but at some point they reach that summit place where they can just be comfortable and see things clearly from a higher place. You know, so the song is called In and Out of It. And oh, well, welcome to the stage, Don Arrington.
Can you remember, as if we were never there, as draining conflicts drift away and people die and move, we're gazing in ourselves there where the people we engage are those we find inside there as the sunset lights our Sunday. We're leaving our observatory to where the inner stress intensifies the battles of opposing sides. Nothing, no damage. Meet me here next Friday. So far from next Monday, enjoy a Sunday walk. Explain and explore how we mow as we're mowed to dust. Where every particle has its story, which tell it must be for reverting to inertness as garbage detritus. and on our mountains of our maze. By angling with the crowd formed, we can set the sky ablaze. The last time I was here, my heart was full time, my mind was strong. But damage is what comes from my combining to your surgery. We're leaving our observatory to where the inner stress intensifies the damage from opposing sides. Do nothing, no damage. Meet me here next Friday. So far from next Monday, enjoy a Sunday walk. Explain and explore how we mow as we're going to dust. Every particle has its story, which tells it must be for a verting to inertness as garbage detritus. It's nothing but damage. Let's discuss next Friday. So we move from Monday, we'll talk about it then. Explaining, exploring, grinding as we're ground to dust. Where every particle has its story, which tells it must be for reverting into surface as garbage detritus. In school you will learn the skills of a marine.
We'll learn the skills of a marine.
In school you will learn the skills of a marine.
Oh, there's Next is my autism song. So the problem that we've discovered in connecting with each other is the need to make eye contact. So the song addresses that as they try to withdraw and just ignore everybody around them, and they sing about that learning how to make eye contact. See, I'm going to use. It's hard to look at people achingly, so hard to just stare. Nothing focused, just a stare, staring into open air. Look at me, look at you, our looks are plentiful. Looking at me, look at you, as though it's meaningful. It's easy to look at people on a flat screen, unaware of me. Their splashy moves within its confines wash all over me. Their eyes that dart like water bugs command a totality of four borders. How about that statue in the park? Are we rude to stare away? Follow the eyes, move your own. Watch where I move mine. A glance is everything. It speaks more than words can say. In her eyes, she said it all. She feels the rays when eyes upon her set their gaze. It's hard to lock out people. It's so hard to look at people. Well, let me lead you as I do. I'm walking forward. Don't look back. I'm the leader walking forward. Don't look back. Eye contact connects us. I can try. I write and wait and close my books of worth. I climb to an empty shelf too high, where a bookshelf meets the ceiling. What protagonist leaves the party to crawl into a corner bookshelf with myself, by myself, in the privacy of an estate that was never mine, now lost at last. Oh no. one, in the very closed universe of the lake and the mountains that surround it. And eventually they do become affected by their compromised condition. Jar and Ito have welcomed everything, viruses, bacteria, whatever wants to come in. And I think it's something that happens, when you finally let go of this container, it then gets taken by those things that have been in there. But for the amphibians, unfortunately, there's a collagen issue. The collagen will eat us, but it only gets to our toes, really, or maybe under our fingernails, because we're so hot. Unfortunately, the amphibians, the bats, too, have been affected. They get this white mold. It starts growing, and it loves collagen. It especially loves film emulsion. So I could do my own joke about that if anybody knows about it. Interesting in film, because the mushrooms have developed a way to eat it, and in the same way they've developed a way to eat amphibians. So unfortunately, the BB and Dee really do need to protect themselves from the mushrooms, and their whole island is just green. The other island is all psychedelic. It's called Skeleton Island, and it's, everything is growing there. But the BB and Dee, they do get hit by the mushroom fungus, and it's unfortunate the type of skin lesions that develop. And ultimately they also jar and Ito, so they're all going to go. And the son, Milton, will be at the base of the dam speaking with the coroner about this. But for now, they're about to do their 11th hour song. And we have an 11th hour. Well, we have the fantastic Louisa Bradshaw for many other previous instruments. What an honor to say that I am introducing her now for that very moment.
Now I get what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Are we in the lights?
Yeah. I touch sleep, sleep and let me wake again. I touch sleep while intent on meditation into my mantra, thoughts of you and truth. Great balls of sleep. I touch sleep. Great thoughts of you. Oh, let's take it back. 2, 3. Welcome to our song. Wait, can we check? Can we take it from the top?
try something new, but there's something to be said for the very simplest of songs. Later on, we're going to hear Austin Pendleton. I can tell you that if you want to stick around, because he has a take on a song called "If I Loved You," and there's another song he actually originated called "Miracle of Miracles." But they're good, ideas of what perfect writing for everyone, not just musical theater. So what they're all working on is something that's below us. This next song is called "System of Our Own Design," because we're building, and I wrote about building. 'Cause I know it well, I need not think a lot. I can think of other things, built upon the things I've got. Stepping up a step stool, set upon our second floor. Systems running smoothly, no attention needed as we explore a system of our own design. Here within our corners, keeping us aligned, we can find a system of our own design. Systems running smoothly, scarcely worth a thought. Rather let us use them, let us climb them, 'cause we know it well. We've time to think some more. We can think of other things, built upon our second floor. Stepping up a step stool, here in our box apart. Over cellars, subfloors, carved from blasted bedrock. Let me hold the step stool as you reach under the stars. Here within our corners, steady as we reach, learning from restrictions, all they have to teach. We can use our corners as our outlines as we make a system of our own design. During a rainstorm, water flows around our homestead. Hopefully our home survive this. Is the earth beneath us bedrock or landfill? Here where a heat wave follows from a freezing cold spell. Hopefully we all survive this. From what we have seen since, nothing surprises. What is the delay? A log jam slows us down. Something we have never seen, but now it always keeps recurring. As of now, this detour, let's say we know it well. When we hit this new snarl, we can multitask as fast we in the system of our own design, built upon a system of our own design, built on other systems of our own design, built over the systems of our own design. Maybe there's a system under the system of our own design. Using all our corners, keeping near the door, standing on a step stool on a second floor. Over cellar subfloors, built in blasted rock. Let me hold the step stool, absorbing every shock. Here within our corners, steady as we reach, we must learn from systems more than what they teach. Well, how are we doing? I guess that was our show. Is it, what time is it in our...
Yeah.
We are good. Okay, that is our show. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Susan Hwang. Thank you, Louisa Bradshaw. Thank you. Arrington.